frequently asked the short notes from this topic. Okay. So we start with our lecture. So, what is the definition of antigen-antibody reaction? The most common question they ask in pharma. Antigen-antibody reaction is an in vitro test, okay? And it is also known as serological reactions. It helps in diagnosis of infection, epidemiological surveys, identification of infectious as well as non-infectious antigens. That means even the hypersensitivity अगर reaction हम जैसे allergic reaction निकालना है, that also we used to detect the antigens over there. So the serological reaction is useful. Quantitation of antigen and antibody. So these are all the serological reactions. Three stages mainly: primary, secondary, and the tertiary stage.
Powder असते त्याच्यात.
Okay. Now, in the primary stage, it is an initial interaction between the antigen and antibody. There is no visible effect. It is rapid, it is reversible, and it is held by the weak forces, namely the van der Waals forces. Okay. So, primary stage is the weak force attachment. It is the initial interaction. There is no visible effect. Then the secondary stage, where we see the reaction actually. Okay. It includes the precipitation reaction, agglutination reaction, the cell lysis, killing of the live antigens, neutralization of the toxins like diphtheria, and the complement fixation test, immobilization test, enhancement of the phagocytes. So these are all the various visible effects of this serological reaction we see in a secondary stage. Okay, so comparatively, see, whenever we talk about the serological reaction, so we talk about the agglutination test, we talk about the precipitation test, we talk about the complement fixation test. Okay, these are the main, reactions, which is very, very important as far as your serological reaction and discussion is discussion hona hai jis pe. Okay. Now, so the tertiary stage. So it is an in vivo test, definitely. It is an antigen-antibody reaction, initiate chain reaction that lead to neutralization or destruction of the injurious antigens. Okay, it may lead to tissue damage. So in tertiary stage reaction, it includes the humoral immunity against infectious disease as well as clinical allergy and other immunological diseases. So what are all the general features of antigen-antibody reaction? It is the both antigen and antibody participate in the formation of agglutinate or a precipitate. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ antibody रहेगा तो reaction हो जाए. It is the both antigen and antibody दोनों का ही role रहता है इसमें. Reaction is specific, but cross reactions may occur due to antigenic relatedness. Okay, this is one very important statement. It is reaction is very, very specific, लेकिन cross reaction हो सकते हैं. For example, कि जैसे हम डेंगू का टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ओके, बट ऑलरेडी पेशेंट अफेक्ट हुआ है पहले टाइफाइड से, तो हो सकता है वो क्रॉस रिएक्शन को पॉजिटिव रिएक्शन दे दे. सो दैट इज व्हाई वी से इट इज रिएक्शन स्पेसिफिक, लेकिन क्रॉस रिएक्शन इज ऑलवेज पॉसिबल. ओके, द एंटायर मॉलिक्यूल रिएक्ट्स एंड पार्टिसिपेट इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ agglutinate or precipitate. No denaturation of antigen or antibody occurs during this reaction. Combination occurred at the surface only. And the combination is firm. Okay, जब हम tertiary stage की बात करेंगे तो it is a firm combination. Whereas primary stage में हम बात करेंगे तो वो it is held by weak van der Waals forces. Antigen and antibody combine in varying proportion. Okay. Now serological reaction: the precipitation, agglutination, complement fixation test, neutralization, immunofluorescence, and enzyme immunoassay. Okay, so it is just a list of it. Okay, it is just a list. जिसमें हम ज्यादातर डिस्कशन होता है हमारे वाइवा टाइम पे. ओके, अदर एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शंस आर ऑप्सोनाइजेशन, रेडियम इम्यूनोअस्से एंड इलेक्ट्रोइम्यूनोब्लॉट assay. Right. What is titer? So antibody titer of a serum is highest dilution of serum which shows an observable reaction with antigen in the particular test. Okay, so it is always the reversible of the dilution. It is an inverse proportion of the dilution. That is the titer. Okay, अगर हम dilution बनाए हैं 1 in 160, अगर हमारा रिएक्शन उसमें 1 in 160 तक पॉजिटिव आ रहा है तो टाइटर इज 160. Okay, it is not 1 in 160, it is 160. The titer is, it is an antibody titer of a serum is the highest dilution of serum which shows an observable reaction with the antigen in the particular test. Okay, so there are two important parameters of serological test. One is sensitivity and the other one is the specificity. All right. So sensitivity is what? It is a false negative results are absent or it is minimal. Okay, and what is the specificity? It is false positive reaction are absent or minimal. Sensitivity में false negative कम रहेंगे and specificity में false positive reaction कम हो जाते हैं. Okay, now what is precipitation? The most important, it is very important short note, it is very important Viva question also on table Viva. So what is precipitation? When a soluble antigen combines with its antibody in the presence of electrolyte at a suitable temperature and pH, the antibody and antigen complex is formed, which is an insoluble precipitate. Okay, precipitation reaction में soluble antigen होता है और वो insoluble precipitate बनाता है. Okay, when instead of sedimenting, the precipitate remains suspended as floccules, the reaction is called as flocculation test. Okay, so important one is this one, the first paragraph. When a soluble antigen combines with its antibody in the presence of electrolyte at a suitable temperature and at a suitable pH, the antigen-antibody complex forms an insoluble precipitate. Right? So it can take place in the liquid media or in gels such as agar, agarose or a polyacrylamide. So this is a diagram which is showing that what to say, it's an optimal proportion of antibody and antigen in the middle tubes. Initially the antibodies are excess and in the later ones the antigen is in excess. That is why in the first two and the last two, the reaction, it is very less. Okay, so where the antigen antibody is in optimal proportion, it gives a good antigen antibody reaction. Okay, so that is called a Prozone phenomenon. Okay, so in a graphical representation, if amount of precipitate in different tubes are plotted on a graph, the resulting curve will have three phases. Okay, prozone or a zone of antibody axis. That is a zone of equivalence, then post zone or zone of antigen axis. Now prozone, it is important in clinical serology. Okay, that is why हम जब भी देखेंगे हमारे test reports वो dilutions पे हम क्यों करते हैं. For example, Vidal test कर रहे हैं. Vidal test हम dilution पे करते हैं 1 in 2, 1 in 4, 16, 20, 40, 80, 160, 320. So just to avoid that prozone phenomenon. Okay, first हमको zone of equivalence achieve करना है. जहाँ भी zone of equivalence achieve होगा आपके एंटीजन एंड एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन वहां पर ही दिखेंगे. अगर एंटीबॉडी एक्सेस हो जाएगा so there will be no reaction. अगर एंटीजन एक्सेस हो जाएगा then also there will be no reaction. Okay, that is why to avoid the prozone phenomena we have to do the dilutions. Okay, so ये lattice formation होता है. Okay, it is proposed by Marek. Marek ने क्या बोला था कि when there is antibody access there is no serological reaction. When there is antigen axis, at that time there is no serological reaction. Okay, so whenever the antigen and antibody is in optimal equivalence, yeah, near to equivalence, there will be reaction. Okay, so that reaction will be visible. Now, what is the application? So, application of precipitation, it is a very sensitive in antigen detection. Okay, for forensic identification of blood and seminal stains, food adulteration के लिए भी हम precipitation reaction use कर सकते हैं. Now there are different types of precipitation reaction. Okay, for example, namely ring test, the tube agglutination test, the immunodiffusion and electroimmunodiffusion test. Right. So as far as your Viva is concerned, precipitation they will ask you only the types of the precipitation. Okay, they want you to at least define the precipitation reaction. They at least want you to define the Prozone phenomena. And at least you just name if you can. So just name the different types of precipitation reaction. Okay, the ring test. So it is the simplest test where there is a layering of antigen solution over a solution column of anti-serum. Okay, it is an anti-serum and in between there is an antigen is coated. So it's a one-dimensional test. Okay, so ये जो हमको बीच में plugs दिख रहा है, that is a precipitate. Okay, ये for example is as called thermoprecipitation test. ये हम हेरिटेज cyst के लिए यूज करते हैं. Lancefield grouping of streptococci, so that is also a ring test. Okay. Then there is slide test. A drop of each antigen and antibody serum are placed on slide, and they are mixed. The flocules will appear. The example of the slide precipitation test is a BDRL test for syphilis. Okay. Then there is a tube test, tube flocculation test. Example is Kahn test and sterilization of toxins and toxoids. Okay. It is outdated. Okay, but at least you should know the name. There's a ring test hota hai, then there is a slide test hai, the tube test is there, then immunodiffusion test is there. Okay, there's a precipitation in gel. Okay, they ask you sometime in short note, precipitation in gel. So you give the immunodiffusion test. Okay, the distinct band of precipitate forms which is stable and it can be stained for preservation. Number of different antigens in reacting mixture can be identified. Now, there is a modification of immunodiffusion, like single diffusion in one dimension. Okay, like for example, is your Odin procedure. Here, the antigen is there, a precipitation band, and antibody in agar. So, जहाँ पर भी antigen और antibody का reaction equivalence में होंगे, so there will be precipitate formation. Other modification is a Oakley-Fulldorff procedure. It's a Oakley procedure. The double diffusion in one dimension. Double diffusion क्यों? Because their antigen भी यहाँ आ रहा है, antibody भी बीच में आ रहा है. So precipitation is formed where in two dimension. Okay, double diffusion वाला. It is one dimension, but it is the double diffusion. Now single diffusion in two dimensions, like a radial immunodiffusion. Okay, is the estimation of immunoglobulin classes in sera and screening sera for antibodies to influenza viruses. So other modification is in two dimension. अगर हमको देखना है तो double diffusion in two dimensions. This is the Ochterlony procedure. Very frequently they ask you in Viva, what is Ochterlony modification? So it is an ELEX test for Corynebacterium diphtheria. Okay. Now, most widely used, it helps to compare different antigens and antisera directly and reactions of identity. Okay, for identifying whether the both types of strains are similar or it is a different strain. So here in our diagram here, antigen 1 and antigen 2, both are not related. That is why the precipitation line is not crossed. Okay. Then in the second one, the serum is there, where we see different antigen and antigen 1, antigen 2. And here we see in the B diagram, both the seras are partially related. That is why it is partial crossover of the precipitation line. Okay. Then in the third one, both the seras are related. That is why the precipitation line has crossed. Right. Now, other modifications. It is a two dimension. Okay, the reactions are taking place in two dimensions. So here, immunoelectrophoresis. It is useful for testing normal and abnormal proteins in serum and urine. Okay, identification and quantitation of various proteins in serum. ये हम देखते हैं इसमें immunoelectrophoresis. Okay, electrophoresis कर रहे हैं and immunological reaction. That is why it is immunoelectrophoresis. Okay, so here what they have done. In agar, this is a agar surface, okay, where there is a negative and positive side. The serum placed in a well-cut in agar, okay. यहाँ पर जब हम serum रखेंगे, जब हम current pass करेंगे, so accordingly, as per their charges, the different types of globulins will be separated, like alpha 1, alpha 2 globulin, beta globulin, alpha. It is all separated based on their electronic charges, okay. Similarly, when there is a trough cut in agar and filled with antibody to serum components, okay. जब हम यहाँ पर ऑलरेडी सीरम ग्लोबुलिन्स अलग हो गए हैं, सो यहाँ पर अब ट्रफ में अगर हम एंटीबॉडी डालेंगे, सो देयर विल बी अ प्रेसिपिटेशन, जहाँ पर भी सिमिलरिटी होगी, सो प्रेसिपिटेशन बैंड्स विल बी फॉर्म वेयर एंटीबॉडी एंड एंटीजन मीट एट ऑप्टिमल प्रोपोर्शन. राइट, जहाँ भी ऑप्टिमल प्रोपोर्शन पे वो मीट करेंगे, देयर विल बी प्रेसिपिटेशन बैंड इज फॉर्म. Okay, so electricity is used. That is why it is electrophoresis, and it is an immunological reaction, so it is immunoelectrophoresis. Right, electroimmunodiffusion. So development of precipitating lines can be speeded up by electric current. There are two methods. Number one is counter immunoelectrophoresis. It is a one-dimensional double electroimmunodiffusion. Okay, is a one-dimensional and it is double immunoelectrodiffusion. Both antigen and antibody, they move and they form a precipitation line. Okay. Then there's a rocket electrophoresis. It is also one-dimensional and it is single electroimmunodiffusion. Okay. So it is used basically for quantitation of the antigens. Okay. So there is a rocket electrophoresis. Then there is Laurel's two-dimensional electrophoresis. It is just a variant. Okay. It is also used for quantitation of the several antigens. Now, other important subtopic is the agglutination. So when a particulate antigen is mixed with its antibody, okay, हमने precipitation में देखा था, there is a soluble antigen. Okay, here in agglutination it is a particulate antigen. Okay, when a particulate antigen is mixed with its antibody in the presence of electrolyte at a suitable temperature and pH, the particles are clumped or agglutinated. Okay, यहाँ पर ये clumps बनते हैं या फिर agglutinate बन जाते हैं. Okay, clumps दिखते हैं अलग से, whereas in precipitation वो sediment हो जाता है. So agglutination is a more sensitive than precipitation for detection of the antibodies, whereas precipitation is more useful for antigen detection. Okay, that is why VDRL test में हम वहाँ पर antigen detect करते हैं. Okay, so in agglutination, incomplete or monovalent antibodies do not cause agglutination. Okay, there is a block. They are called blocking antibodies. Incomplete या monovalent antibodies do not cause agglutination. For example, is your Coombs test. वहाँ पर वो blocking antibodies होती है, incomplete antibodies होती है. Okay, इसलिए उसमें हम इसको हम complete करने के लिए add on करते हैं. Okay, now there are different types of agglutination. Okay, now there is a slide agglutination. So drop of anti-serum plus a drop of uniform suspension of antigen. Okay, see antibody मिलाएंगे along with a drop of uniform suspension of antigen, and there is a clump formation. Okay, the control is must. हमेशा कंट्रोल के साथ जब भी हम कभी कोई भी रिएक्शन करते हैं, हम एक कंट्रोल रिएक्शन उसमें लगाते ही हैं, either a positive control or a negative control, just to know our serological reactions is working properly. That is why control reaction is important. Okay, now it is visible to the naked eye. Uses of slide agglutination for blood grouping and for identification of the bacterial isolates. Okay, for identification of bacterial isolates. Blood grouping में हम जानते हैं, Coombs test जानते हैं. Then identification of bacterial isolate, most commonly हम Shigella के लिए या फिर Vibrio cholerae के लिए, Salmonella के लिए हम serological reaction use करते हैं for their identification. It is a confirmatory test. Okay, in our lab we have those anti-sera which is used for identification of the bacterial isolates. Now, tube agglutination. It is a standard quantitative method for the measurement of antibodies. Okay, uses Vidal test for typhoid fever. Okay, then heterophile agglutination test, wheel Felix. So tube agglutination में most common example is a Vidal test. Okay, and heterophile agglutination test where wheel Felix test. Okay, Vidal test में भी हम एंटीबॉडी डिटेक्ट करते हैं और हम उसमें सीरियल डायलेशंस पे कम करते हैं. सीरियल डायलेशन क्यों करते हैं? टू अवॉइड द प्रोजोन फिनोमेना. राइट, नाउ हीम एग्लूटिनेशन टेस्ट, आरबीसीज आर यूज्ड एज एंटीजेंस. फॉर एग्जांपल इज योर पॉल बनल टेस्ट एंड कोल्ड एग्लूटिनेशन टेस्ट. राइट, हीम एग्लूटिनेशन टेस्ट में हम आरबीसी को यूज करते हैं एज अ कैरियर पार्टिकल. सो एग्जांपल इज योर पॉल बनल एंड कोल्ड एग्लूटिनेशन टेस्ट. पॉल बनल टेस्ट कहाँ यूज करते हैं? Epstein-Barr, right? Now, passive agglutination test. So, soluble antigens are attached to the surface of carrier particles to convert precipitation test into the agglutination test. Okay, they very frequently ask you in Viva, what is passive agglutination test? So, it is a soluble antigens are attached to the surface of a carrier particle to convert the precipitation test into a agglutination test. It is a more convenient, it is more sensitive, and carrier particles can be RBCs, latex, bentonite, even silicon, okay, even carbon particles. So there are carrier particles. The most common example is ASO test, anti-streptolysin test for streptococcal reactions. Then what is reverse passive agglutination? So instead of antigen, the antibody is adsorbed on the surface of carrier particle. Okay, passive में हमने देखा कि antigens are attached reverse passive में antibody is attached to the carrier particle. Okay, it is very sensitive. It may give false positive result. Okay, passive में देखिए antigen is coated, so it is used for detection of the antibody. Okay, reverse passive में antigen detection करते हैं. क्यों? Antibody coated है, हमको antigen detect करना है. Okay, the commonest example for reverse passive aggregation is the detection of hepatitis B antigen. Okay, earlier they were using this reverse passive aggregation test for hepatitis B antigen detection. Okay, it is obsolete. Example, you should know, it is a hepatitis B antigen. Now, Coombs test, जिसमें मैंने आपको बताया था, इसमें इनकम्प्लीट एंटीबॉडी होती है, तो इनकम्प्लीट एंटीबॉडी के कारण भी हमको रिएक्शन नहीं मिल पाते हैं. दैट इज व्हाई हमको कैरियर पार्टिकल यूज करना पड़ता है to see the reaction taking place. Okay, it can be direct or it can be indirect, right? So this is your full antigen antibody detection part 1.